eduwebtvkpm. Garis Reski, Nagari Solano.
Hi, I'm Irina Wanzul, the team's manager and manufacturing engineer.
I'm the design engineer of the team, Amar Khalij.
I'm Wan Christina, the team's resource and marketing manager.
And last but not least, I'm Iman Noraina, the graphic designer of the team. So without further ado, let's jump right into this, shall we? Careers Racing's mission and vision is to push ourselves beyond our intellectual potential by reflecting creativity and innovative thinking to inspire the youth and raise interest in engineering fields among Malaysia's younger generation. For our team's graphic work and team identity, we ensure them satisfy the 3 Ps, which are professional, presentable, and pleasing to the audience's eyes. Here is Careers Racing's logo. Every detail in our logo has its own meaning. The hexagon shape is probably the most noticeable detail, where every side of the hexagon represents an aspect of the team. For the design itself, the upper right half has the careers microstructure incorporated in it as it represents careers. The white careers in the middle represents balance in every aspect of the team. And the bottom left half has 7 lines, which not only represents speed in racing, but also the 7 looks of the legendary Careers Tamingsari. Why we opted to make careers our focal point is because we careers wish to display Malaysia's most unique identity within our team, as the careers represents the highest caliber of Malay ingenuity. Right?
Of course. Now let's move on and talk a little about the team itself and how we manage everything. Well, first of all, we made a timeline. A timeline is crucial to plot when a task is supposed to start and end. As shown in our Gantt chart, we estimated the duration of each task and activity that will take place throughout the competition and compared them with the actual duration. This will be our long-term time management. As for our short-term time management, we provided a daily planner to ensure that we have a structured daily routine without overworking or slacking off.
For general knowledge, the careers curves are called looks. Intending to bring the identity of the careers, we have used looks as our marketing strategy. L, liaison, where we prioritize communication and close cooperation. U represents unity, as we believe in a strong union between our team and our companions. Speaking of companions, we had the privilege to collaborate with our fellow mates, Interstellar and Links Racing, in order to create a podcast entitled The Pit Stop Podcast, where we raise awareness about F1 in schools to a wider audience. Furthermore, K, knowledge, in order to ensure the quality of our end product is substantial. And lastly, S, social networking, Social networking sites are needed in order to attract possible sponsors and supporters. With the amount of 10,000 ringgit channeled to us from Supreme Fintech, it was intended to purchase the F1 and School race control system. Supreme Fintech, a challenger bank in the fintech industry, holds the top hierarchy position in our sponsorship tier, Hang Tuah. On the other hand, 3D Gents, a pioneer in digital manufacturing, has helped us in our journey towards our goal of becoming the 2020 national champions. They have agreed implementing our wings and wheel support system. Other than finding sponsors, we have also organized a fundraising campaign that involved the whole school called One School, One Dream. We even managed to collect 1,000 ringgit in just 2 weeks. But then suddenly, Selangor had to undergo CMCO again. Hence, our marketing activities were affected. We knew that at this point, we couldn't rely solely on sponsors, and we surely couldn't continue One School, One Dream. So we came up with an innovative idea to cover our team expenses by holding an online fundraising campaign called One Hand to Fulfill 4 Wishes. We spread the news everywhere. We were desperate. And as a token of appreciation, we promised an e-certificate for every donation made and a free t-shirt too for donors who donated above 150 ringgit. As for managing our money, we conducted a cost-saving program which overviews our short-term and long-term cost reduction. We believe that this may be able to benefit the team. Also, before everything ran into shambles, we had the privilege to collaborate with SMK Section 9 special needs students in order to produce face masks for the student body. We even collaborated with Persatuan Belia Masjid Selangor too to help collect used clothes to be donated to the Aboriginal people, or Orang Asli of Hulu Langat, as one of our marketing activity, Keris Care. We do all of this and more to ensure the team has enough funds to make our visions a reality.
Now, let's talk about that vision Kids was implying. This is Keris Racing's Pratamisari, and this is how we designed it. It all started with benchmarking, where we based off of previous teams' cars and tried to understand the physics and concept behind it. Next is research, where we researched about some design concept that we want to apply to our car in order to achieve expeditious results. Then, it is finally time to design the car itself. We use Autodesk Inventor to design our car based on our design concepts. Then, we analyze our car to find out how the air flowed around it and find out which part of the car needed improvements. Once we're satisfied with our CFD results, we could finally move on to the next phase, which is the manufacturing phase. But let's talk about our car design innovations for our side pods first. One major problem about the side pod is that they produce a lot of vacuum, which could result in higher drag. To circumvent this quandary, a slate was designed on our side pod called Empu, which was inspired by a confluence river to reduce the amount of vacuums on the side pods while obeying the rules and regulation. Consequently, set slits help with decreasing the lift coefficient of the entire car itself, reducing the amount of vacuums on the side pods too, resulting in less drag.
Alright, now let's move on to that manufacturing phase Khalis mentioned.
For the materials that we opted to use for this area are pretty standard. We use full ceramic bearings for our bearings, polypropylene for our wheels, nylon for our wings and wheel support system, and not to forget carbon for our axles. As for the machining process, F1 and School was kind enough to mill each team's car body. So the machining method for that is out of the way. As for our other materials, we used a CNC lathing machine for our wheels and an SLS or selective laser sinking machine for our wings and wheel support system. This is where it gets interesting. For our manufacturing innovation this year, we decided to incorporate carbon fiber material into our car. We did this because based on past team's experience, the wings and wheel support system tend to be fragile and risk breaking during a race. So we did this to avoid that by wrapping our wings, wheels, and wheel support system, and even our axles in the material. As carbon fiber has numerous benefits. It's light in weight yet tensile in strength and also exceptionally durable.
As the team's graphic designer, at first I was uncertain if I could handle the stranger-like software involved. But as time went by, I realized that with confidence and the right encouragement, even the impossible can be achieved.
I thought research and marketing was all about calling people and standing like this. But then I realized communication is hard. Now, I take rejection as a motivation to do better.
As the design engineer, nothing went my way, but then I realized experience and failure was the way to improve myself. Compared to what was before, there's a magnitude difference in my character.
Being a manufacturing engineer and on top of that a leader figure too can be tough sometimes. Yes, I had my challenges, but it was all worth it in the end. I'm Irina Wanzul.
I'm Amar Kali.
I'm Justina.
I'm Manuraina.
And we are
Keris Racing!
DidikTV KPM. DidikTV KPM.
Assalamualaikum, you are Valiant Racing. Hi, I'm Hidayah Hasrul, the Resource Manager and the Queen of Valiant Racing.
Design engineer to the car efficiency. Hi, I'm Zuni Damia.
Power Innovation. Hello, I'm Izatul and I am manufacturing engineer.
Valiant exclusive graphic designer. Hi, I'm Saleha.
Valiant Racing. Valiant comes from the word velocity and lion. Just like lions, we play our role to complete each other and to always have each other's back. For our motto, we have chosen Predator of Triumphant. As we are lions, we're basically the predator, but we're no ordinary predator. We're on hunt to stay at the top and be successful in this F1 School Championship. I, as the team leader, have to make sure that every single work is completed in accordance to the timeline prepared. Throughout our journey in this F1 school, we have encountered two major problems, but only one that affects us real bad. The enforcement of movement control order had forced us to adapt, especially regarding us taking part in any events and meetings were cancelled. As you can see here are a list of responses and partners. As to show our gratefulness to them, we have branded them in our social media, portfolios, team attire, and merchandises. It's sad as we cannot do much activities to learn to ride as we have to minimize our contact with the outside world. And for our income, we don't solely rely on the money from our sponsors. Yet we even sell our own merchandises to rise up our funding by food selling, COD, and 3D printing services. For our marketing, we had value meets where we made online meetings with some schools that are new to this F1 school. Plus, we also took part in STEM-related exhibitions such as Digital Carnival, located in Atabara Hall. As a return of investment, we organized 3D printing classes for our community for free. Here, we don't only advertise F1 in school to the people, but also our sponsors. Through this championship, I'm able to strengthen my leadership as I learn to communicate with my teammates through different methods. Plus, I'm also able to get a grasp of an actual working life.
We have chosen 4 concepts that conclude our car. For the front airfoil, we have used the wing head shark concept to reduce the bullet's air at our front wheels. The bearing wheels that we use is only once. It is because we need to lessen the amount of friction. The side pod shape was inspired from like a hyperspot. It allows air to descend smoothly below the car without any disturbance. For Bernoulli's principle, we apply it at our wing airfoil as it can enhance the stability during the high velocity and the air that surrounds our car. In addition, we have received some help from EMP in terms how to use Autodesk Inventor and SolidWorks in designing and analyzing our car. We have upgraded and designed our car from the first prototype until the current one, which is I mentioned earlier. After I get the most comprehensive design of all, I proceed to do the car design using Autodesk Inventor. This design shows that the turbulence at our front wing is lessened. By joining this competition, I know how to use 3D software and I can create something that I can innovate in. Nowadays, I am really interested in 3D designing. Thank you to F1 in school.
As a manufacturing engineer, I'm responsible to make the car and there are 6 main processes for that. First, we cover the model block. Second, we produce the rapid prototype. Third, we attach the car parts. And fourth, we cluster them all together. Then we started sanding them and lastly doing the airbrushing. For body part of model block, we use Creality ND3 for our car prototypes and Creality LD0R for our wheels. We are very thankful to Huawei and IronStem for sponsoring this mission as they make our work go smoothly. The best innovation that we have done in this competition is Well-Done Plastic. This special project is collaboration with Professor Dr. Razan from University Malaysia of Pahang. Based on our research, Well-Done Plastic is more tougher and smoother compared to other plastic. Well-Done Plastic is made from the mixture of milk, magnesium hydroxide and ethylene acid. After that, we do a lab test for the mixture. From that, we do strength and stretch test. Then we place it in Creality LD0R and the machine will print it layer by layer. Each layer will be hardened with ultraviolet radiation and this process will keep going until it produces an accurate coverage. In addition, we also create variant rotation counter. From this project, we need to highlight the major factors which are the bearings as the friction is different even though the bearings start the same. That's why we have tested the bearings in order to find the basic steel bearings that produce the least friction. This project works as our wheels rotate where it will reflect the light from the emitter to the receiver for detecting the infrared radiation. By that, it can complete the rotation of our bearing perimeter. By becoming manufacturing engineer, I got to enhance my knowledge in manufacturing sector through participating F1 in school program. It's really attracted my interest to know more about how to manage machines properly.
As a graphic designer, of course, I'm responsible of anything that includes graphic works editing. Throughout this competition, I've been using Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator and Adobe After Effects to do my editing. To sharpen my skill in editing, Without Coding has taught me to make my graphical works a lot more interesting. As I become the graphic designer, I got to train my patience as I have to do a lot of trials and error in making editing videos of our team until I got the best results. Also, I'm in charge of uploading content in social media such as Instagram and Facebook. For this, I have to do a lot of brainstorming, especially during this pandemic. Since MCO is still being enforced, we weren't able to take part in much event to make ourselves known. To replace this, we will posting pictures and videos of ourselves in social media. Through those apps, we were able to engage ourselves with our supporters to create publicity. Through this competition, I am able to learn about graphic designing that wasn't taught in the classroom. Million thanks to everyone in school that have given me a chance to enhance my skill in graphic designing as I was able to win some digital designing art competition.
DidikTV KPM. DidikTV KPM.
Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. We are Interstellar Racing, a team of 4 young engineers packed with our own strength and uniqueness, with the goal to orbit our way through the world of F1 in schools, in securing our places among the stars. All of time and space, everywhere and anywhere, every star there ever was. Where
Since
you want to
this year's
start.
competition will be held virtually, making a physical booth is not an option. Thus, we invented a new marketing element by making our own virtual booth. This virtual booth consists of our team's information, car animation, sponsorship program, as well as our Stellar Pins project. This way, we get to attract more audience since it is believed that it will further enhance our sponsor's brand name and competitiveness nationwide as a trusted brand name.
We've created a one-stop link system to make our contacts available and more accessible to our audience, as it will let us connect to them easily. This would also let us promote our team and create a positive image for our team. Thus, it also allows us to promote our team for wider demographic outreach.
A clean external finish is very crucial to ensure an aesthetically pleasing car. We found out that a layer of dust and debris gets deposited on our glasses car, making it look uneven and pitted. Therefore, we have released an airbrush tool that can act as a cleaning environment. This will ensure that we can control the hazardous material as well as get uniformity while cleaning the car.
Inspired by at the F1 pit stop, we have come up with our own innovation, which is called as car pit alignment. This is to ensure that our wheels are perfectly aligned to the car, as well as the scootering tools to make sure that our wheels are not obscured by any component of the car. By using this alignment during the process of manufacturing, it helps us to produce a car which fully complies to the technical regulation.
Introducing the star of our team, the Stellar Rack. The Stellar Rack steering was inspired by the Model 351 Stellar launch, the longest wingspan aircraft ever recorded. We combined the shape of our wingspan with the symmetrical airfoil concept, in hope to maximize the aerodynamic of our rear wing.
Now, our focal point of design is the side pod. Our side pod is designed to reduce all the air particles around the wheel. We applied the balloon principle as it will give great advantages in terms of drag efficiency. The principle states that the decrease in pressure will increase the speed. Basically, the side pods will act as a third wing, which will generate more lift. That would be very beneficial in the cost performance.
Last but not least, our car body was inspired by the bullet shape of the North American X-15. We found out with this design, it will increase the efficiency of the airflow, which is good to reduce the air pressure on the car.
Due to the increasing numbers of plastic pollutions that has been happening all over the world, we have collaborated with Adoring Leisure to create the Stellar Pins project. The Stellar Pins project is an environmental movement awareness where we produce plastic pins out of polystyrene plastics that ended up in the landfills. By doing this, we get to give an impact towards our community to create a better
cleaner environment for the next generation.
Knowing that F1 School is one of the biggest STEM challenge, we have partnered with Careers Racing and Links Racing in producing the Pit Stop podcast project. The aim of this project is to appeal and attract more students in participating STEM-related competition, as well as giving our audience the exposure of F1 School's challenge. We are incredibly grateful for having University Malaysia Police in producing our 3D free parts component. They have helped us in producing the best review prototyping material, as well as giving us an opportunity to have a tour around the School of Manufacturing Engineering in UNIMED.
This is our 5th year partnering with Fulham Advantages in the process of plating and milling our wheels of the car. With the help of Fulham Advantages, we managed to reduce the friction on the wheels due to the smooth surface, which will help to increase the performance of the car.
As the finance director of this team, I've developed a habit of organizing things such as time, meetings, and even information, which I find very useful in my daily life. Other than that, during this pandemic, I need to be creative in solving problems, such as finding sponsors and such, which I think would be very beneficial in the long term. Nevertheless, F1 School does not only teach me about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, it teaches me about important life lessons which I will often use in my daily life.
Entering this competition actually gave me a lot of experiences. It exposed me to the engineering department, as I'm the one that needs to control and handle all the process of manufacturing. Not just that, I've tend to notice all the small details in order to produce a car which fully complies to the technical regulation. These absolutely changed me into a perfectionist which I can apply in my daily life.
Being the brand director of the team, this competition has helped me to improve my designing skills that has been useful in designing both our portfolios as well as our social media platforms and our virtual booth. Besides, F1 in Schools competition has increased my confidence level, especially when it comes to talk in front of the crowds. Furthermore, throughout the competition, I've come to realize that teamwork spirit is the thing that matters the most. As the saying goes, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. I strongly believe that without teamwork, nothing can be done perfectly according to the initial plan.
This year's challenge has been completely different and challenging, especially when it comes to time management. Being apart from each other has taught me to use unconventional method when it comes to handling the team. By using management apps such as ClickUp, it has helped me to assist and organize work virtually, thus ensuring our project always stays on the track. Back then in 2017, I didn't know how to start or where to start. But now, with the right mindset and attitude, I've been able to master the skills of CAD designing, and we have improved our car design since then.
DidikTV KPM